Hi, Scorpio and Scorpio Rising. Here's your horoscope for August 2024. I'm Astrologer Joseph Anthony. All right, hang on because we're in for a wild ride this month. And the cosmic energy is showing a lot of heavy energy coming in, especially around the 19th with the full moon that's going to be in Aquarius. So we're in for many surprises this month. So this reading's for anyone who has a sun sign in Scorpio or has a rising sign in Scorpio. This is a general Western astrology sun sign tropical reading. It has to be general because I don't have everybody's birthday and everyone's birth chart is completely different. So it's a general overview, but it's a sun sign reading. So we begin this month, with the sun going through Leo. We have Venus going through Leo. Your ruler is still in retrograde here, going through your fourth house, and it's going to eventually backtrack into your third house. But this month is really all about career and status and being out in the public. There's a lot of things that you're going to have to be dealing with, having to do with money and finance and investments, because these two are going to be meeting up. Jupiter and Mars, your co-ruler, is going to be meeting up in the 8th house. So there's a psychological component to this, but there's also a financial component to it. But as we go through the month, around the 19th, we have a couple of heavy alignments between Venus and Jupiter and Saturn. And we also have a full moon that's going to have Uranus in the mix. Exactly. So we're going to have two T-squares going on simultaneously. And in astrology, T-squares are heavy pressure. And now we have two of them happening during a full moon. So we're in for some major surprises this month. Okay, so just buckle up and, at least you're getting a heads up of what kind of energy is going to be in the mix this month. All right, so let's get started. So the first thing we have to look at is the new moon in Leo on the 4th. Now this is a very positive new moon. It's going to be at 12 degrees of Leo, so wherever that is in your actual birth chart, that's the area that gets lit up. But here in this sun chart, it has to do with the 10th house of career and status. And so this could be a happy occasion like getting married or getting promoted or being accelerated to a high point and getting a lot of accolades or attention for whatever you're doing, okay? And so this Leo is going to open up that door. That new moon is going to open up the doorway to those opportunities for many of you. Now, it is making positive aspects to Mars and Jupiter. These are sextiles in astrology. That's favorable. It's easygoing and feeling fortunate. And so it's going to be in the 8th house. So it has a lot to do with financial matters or transformation or funds or shared resources, anything that the 8th house is associated with. So I see this more as a positive that's coming in, okay? It opens up a doorway for all that, all right? And speaking of new moon, I have this free offer here that I found online, and I'd like to share with you. And it's just a free moon reading. So if you want to know where your moon position is, you input your information and they will send you a free mini report. And there's no obligation, but of course they're going to try and upsell you. But the report is very good, and I just figured I'd share with everyone in case they wanted to know a little bit more about their own personal report and their moon reading. So anyway, check it out. I left the link down below. But when we go into this month, this is the high spot of the month. But it quickly changes. Now, on August 5th, we have Venus entering Virgo. Now, Venus in Virgo can be a little bit more analytical and pessimistic. And it happens to be in the 11th house of friendships, organizations, acquaintances, marketing, community. And Venus in Virgo can make people hardworking too. Now, Scorpio rising people are very intense and they can be very hardworking. But now we add the element of Venus in Virgo, more analyzing and maybe a little more nervous energy. And so for about 5.5 weeks, it's going to be going through this 5th house. And you're thinking a lot more about the future and, your partnerships and your business endeavors and so on and so forth. But look right next to it. We got Mercury also in Virgo, but it's in stationary position getting ready to go retrograde. So at the same time Venus enters Virgo, Mercury, which is already in Virgo, is going to go backwards. And these two are going to be here for quite a while. And then Mercury will backtrack this month into Leo, back into the career sector. So what this means is a little bit of confusion is in the mix. Do I really want this? I'm not sure. What am I supposed to do over here? So you may be questioning more than you realize. Now, we also have to look at something else. As soon as Venus enters that Virgo, it immediately inconjuncts or makes an alignment. An inconjunct is 150 degrees away to your ruler, Pluto. So something is going on with your home life or remodeling or something to do with your emotions or your family dynamics. Maybe you're doing some sort of real estate investment, but it's a little bit of a challenge. Maybe it's unrealistic. Maybe somebody's moving in with you. These are the kinds of things that I'm seeing here with this Venus and Mercury going backtracking here. And so there's a little bit of an uncomfortable situation that's arising quickly at the beginning of the month that you're going to have to deal with. Nothing too, out of the ordinary, but it does involve the home, the foundation, feelings, maybe the past, and you're overthinking it and overanalyzing every aspect of it, from the financial side to the future prospects. So keep an eye on that. Now, things really start heating up around the 14th when Mars conjuncts Jupiter in Gemini, right there. Mars, Jupiter, 16 degrees in Gemini, the sign of communication and thought. And so here we have it in the 8th house. Now, this is very deep and profound because the 8th house is the house that's naturally ruled by Scorpio. And so now you're having this sort of overwhelming concern about something, or you're feeling like a big move needs to be made, or a financial investment, or it could be something in the economy as well, where the markets are taking a nosedive and your investments are suffering. Whatever it is, it happens to be in this 8th house, and there's a lot of thinking, or there's a lot of conversing, a lot of communication taking place with these alignments. You might have some sleepless nights too because of this. This is highly charged energy, so it might be very difficult to get some clarity. But there's more. Here's Saturn. It's 17 degrees. It's also squaring this alignment. So this is causing some confusion here, either with a child or a relative or a sibling, or maybe your job, something having to do with work and finance. This could be an issue as well. But when we look at the other side of the equation here, Venus is also getting closer to an alignment. This is also considered a square, even though it's 5 degrees off. This is getting stronger here as well. So we have kind of a T-square being formed here, which is, again, pressure. And so here we see this tremendous pressure coming in. We also have the transiting moon at 16 degrees opposing these two planets. So again, think of this as energy flowing, and there's a lot of energy flowing around the 14th. So, but on the 15th, Mercury backtracks into Leo. So something from the past resurfaces. It does look like career and status here. And so you'll be revisiting this issue for quite a while, at least for a couple of weeks or so, as Mercury makes its way back. But now that it's backtracked into Leo, it'll eventually conjunct the Sun. And so we have some monumental thoughts that have to be addressed here, especially having to do with your job or business, or being seen in the public, maybe even a parental figure like a father figure, if you're not dealing with financial matters. But whatever it is, it's pretty big and it's pretty important for many of you. Okay, so this is what I'm seeing, but it can be a bit of a confusing time because Mercury at 29 degrees is also going to interconjunct Neptune. So I'm not sure what to do. I'm not sure what to do with this kid. I'm not sure what to do with this relationship. I'm not sure. There's a lot of concerns about whatever decision you need to make and moving forward with that decision on the 14th and 15th. Now everything really starts to heat up on the 19th. And it starts with the full moon, and it's all going to happen simultaneously. The full moon on the 19th is right here. It's going to be at 27 degrees of Aquarius. So wherever this is in your actual birth chart, that's the area that gets lit up. So we see the sun is at 27 degrees. We see that the Mercury is at 26 degrees. So your mind is already thinking about every possible scenario. It's bringing something to light that you need to address. And because it's the 4th house, it has to do with family, feelings, foundation. So maybe there's some sudden changes or sudden expenses in the household. Maybe there's somebody in the household that's very disruptive. Maybe there's somebody moving out. Maybe there's somebody moving in. Because once we look at not just the full moon, we see that Uranus, the wild card, is also at 27 degrees. So now here we have another T-square coming into the mix. And it's very strong because it's exactly 27 degrees, even though this only shows 26. But this is exactly at 27 degrees. So we have a very tumultuous, very strong T-square full moon, and it happens to be with other people, or one person, or maybe even two. Maybe you're fighting over money, an inheritance, or investments of some kind. I don't know. Okay, I'm just throwing out some of the possible scenarios that you may be faced with. But there's a whole lot more on that same day. We've also got Venus square Jupiter. There's Venus now exactly at 17 degrees. There's Jupiter exactly at 17 degrees. And this could be stress about the future. This could be stress about the acquaintance or friendships and financial matters. But wait, there's more. We also have Jupiter squaring Saturn. So there's Jupiter, and it's squaring Saturn at 17 degrees. So here is another T-square. So we have two T-squares and a full moon going on simultaneously. You want to talk about heavy energy coming in, friends? I mean, there's no way around this. Every astrologer knows, oh my goodness, what kind of energy do we have coming in here? Okay, and we're all going to feel it. We may have several restless nights. We may feel irritated. We may just, kind of blow off a lot of steam or like, I've had enough. I got to do this. I mean, this is the heavy kind of energy that you guys have coming in, and I'm just giving you the what direction it's going in for many of you. So it has to do with your groups and organizations, relationships. It has to do with family matters. It has to do with ideas or projects, and there's a financial component here. So everything is hitting you all at once. And again, this is affecting everyone. So please don't think it's only happening to Scorpio and Scorpio rising. It's just a matter of what house is being activated for what sign. But this is tremendous amount of energy coming in here right around this time. So whatever it is, it's going to be eye-opening. So the sun enters Virgo on the 22nd. So now everything, the energy starts to change a little bit. For the better, I would say. But it's still Virgo. Virgo is very analytical, can be pessimistic. But it's in your 11th house. So you're starting to, figure out what to do and where to go and how to resolve issues. Okay, that's what Virgos like to do. And Scorpios like to do that too. And so this is going to be highlighting this 11th house. So you're thinking about the future. What do I need? How do I need to, adjust accordingly to all this? Now remember, it's at 0 degrees. It's also going to be making an alignment to Pluto. So again, home, feeling, and foundation is being highlighted as soon as the sun enters Virgo. So this is going to highlight this 11th house for, about 30 days. And so you're going to be dealing with friends or communicating or trying to figure something out about the future. Mercury finally goes direct on the 28th, right there in stationary position. So you'll start picking up some clarity as Mercury starts moving out of Leo. Okay, it'll take about a week or two, and then it'll move out of there back into the 11th house. So now you're focused on the future. And last but not least, we have Venus leaving Virgo on the 29th, and it'll enter the 12th house. So once again, relationships are the theme here, and it's about resolving something in relationships or coming to terms with an agreement or a contract or something along those lines that's going to be on the table. And so this could also be bringing somebody from the past into your life. So keep an eye on that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this reading. And if you enjoy astrology and you want to know more, please listen to this little video clip that I have at the end of this video talking about my community. So anyway, enjoy your month. Do the best you can, Scorpio, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye for now. Hi, thank you so much for watching my monthly astrology. I really appreciate your support over the years. Have you ever considered learning astrology? Well, you're in luck because I've created a full online astrology course in my private community. It's a full 6-module course that takes you from the beginning of astrology, what it all means, the mythologies, the houses, all the way to the more advanced techniques such as progressions, solar returns, how to read transits, how to make predictions. It's all there in this course here. And I even dive into some of the mysterious stuff, what some of the symbolism is all about. So I think you might want to check it out if you're interested. Along with the course, we have a very tight-knit community here where everyone helps each other out. And so if someone knows a lot about astrology, they help other people with astrology. So it's a community that really gets involved and, really wants to learn and help each other out. But as you can see here, I have a whole lot more on this private community. I also have the Inner Circle live calls each week. Now, this is something that I do twice a month on YouTube, but here I do them on a weekly basis. And I talk about various topics. You get to ask me questions, we interact, and we learn a whole lot more than just astrology. So this could be anything from astrology to what's going on in the world, predictions, politics, whatever it is. We talk about it in the Inner Circle calls. Of course, I do have videos here that I do not have on YouTube, so you get those too. And then I've got a private resource vault, which has videos that I suggest watching, books suggested reading, meditations, and more. So if you're interested in learning astrology or want to be part of a great community that's really growing fast, head on over to the link down below and click on the link and join today. All right? Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye for now.